Rant and Rave. Here we go with a first question that may be a trick question. What went wrong for UGA last Saturday, Tucker?
Alabama, that's what went wrong. Georgia's been just fine against everybody else, but when you play those big bad Crimson Tide, something like that always seems to happen. Something out of the blue. If you're Auburn, sometimes a close game you don't expect. There's always just an unknown when you play Alabama. And I thought we got the good Alabama. We got the Alabama we've come to know over the last several years, not the one we have seen this year. And that was the difference. I think if they do play again, Georgia, has a better look, I guess, and be more competitive. But that's just Nick Saban.
You ever watch that Halloween movie where Michael Myers walks out of the hospital and they thought they blew up the hospital and killed him, but yet he walked right out with...
That's it. That's perfect, yes.
I mean, he never goes away. And yes, I think Nick Saban is Michael Myers. He just keeps on coming back for more no matter what. And
David, we need that Photoshop.
Yeah, exactly. And he's a tremendous coach. We all know that. That's not breaking news, but he is the reason. And the fact that Georgia's defense gave up 536 yards, which, of course, I've never had a game, Tucker, where people called my show who are Alabama fans and said, where was that team at all year long? We haven't seen that team this year. And at the same time, Georgia fans, the opponent, having its fans call up and say, where was that team all year long? We haven't seen that team play that poorly. Yeah. Rarely does that happen ever to that extreme and in a championship game, and it just did it. So it was incredible. Question number 2, should Kirby have changed quarterbacks? Coach Smart should not have changed quarterbacks because Stetson Bennett did not give up one of those 536 yards of offense that Alabama got. And I don't think it would have mattered if you or I or JT Daniels or Jack Daniels or anybody else would have been in that ball game playing quarterback for Georgia. The defense lost the game for them.
Yeah, I agree. They would have lost either way. And I know producer Clay wanted JT Daniels to go in there. And he's not alone. So many Georgia, it's split, People want JT Daniels in the game, but you're right. Even if JT Daniels had a better game, which I think would have been hard for him to do, because if you look at the stats, Bennett actually completed a higher percentage of passes than Bryce Young did. And then you look at the season long, Bennett has a higher yards per attempt. So that's the best. Daniels, maybe gets you one more touchdown, you still lose by double digits. So,
absolutely. Georgia scored 24 points. If they'd have given up twice as many as they usually had given up this year, they would have won by a touchdown. That tells you, I think, all you need to know. This third question should be a quick answer. Will Bryce Young win the Heisman this weekend?
Yeah, and he earned it. He showed why he's the winner. 3 or 4 weeks into the season, it was like, well, who's going to win the Heisman this year? But we always have that moment, that big game. And I think the play where he was going down and lateral, I think, to me, it was like, wow, there's the moment for me, Bryce Young. Not to mention the stat line that he put up on the night.
Incredible performance. Yes, he did win the Heisman. He'll be the very well-deserved Heisman Trophy winner. Finally, Falcons and Panthers. Got a prediction on that one?
Well, the Falcons hung in there against the Bucs better than I think both of us thought they would. The Panthers are, struggling a little bit themselves. So let's go with the Falcons. Is that the first time either one of us has picked the Falcons this year? Maybe. Unless they did it as a joke. I might have done it as a joke.
Yeah, maybe. I'll take the Panthers just to be on the opposite side.
There you go.
This game will be like having open heart surgery with no anesthesia. It will be very tough to watch, and I don't plan to. Nonetheless, we'll see what happens. That's Rant and Rave for this week.